Hi, my name is Coach CK Arora, and today we are going to discuss about the joyful classrooms. To me, joy means a superset of happiness. How is it different from being happy? Well, happiness is actually the external environment controls the happiness, but joy comes from within. It comes straight from the Almighty, from the higher power. So let's discuss how we can create joyful classrooms both as the students as well as the faculty. Before I discuss that, let me explain about my role. I am the author of Laugh Lines. This is a book on creating instant recipe for happiness. And the website name is laughlines.org. And I'm also the founder of Happiness Institute and the president of Professional Speakers Association of India, Delhi chapter. So, what is education? To me, teaching and learning in a school-like environment is education. But for me, the education means feeling elated. Yeah, when I sit in the classroom, I feel elated. And it doesn't matter which side of the classroom, whether I'm teaching or whether I'm learning, I feel elated nevertheless. I believe that the classroom is the best place to nurture the strengths, nurture the talents, nurture the capabilities, and nurture the skills. Now, we must use the power of imagination. I would like to invite you to just close your eyes right now and imagine that you are sitting in a classroom where everybody is happy, everybody is having joy, versus having an environment where everybody is serious. So, which one out of the two would you like? So, obviously, everybody likes to be in a joyful environment, and we must celebrate smallest of the victories. When anybody says, "Sir, I know the answer," the joy of the whole class goes up because the teacher is elated. He feels that yes, I've rightfully taught the student, and the student is elated, and his um, class fellows are also elated. So we must start enjoying the positive strokes. The teacher is supposed to give good positive strokes, and so are the other class fellows. You know, so now how do we do this enjoyment in the class? We must relate the concepts being taught to the day-to-day stories. You know, the teacher can start by sharing his or her own experiences related to that topic. Okay, and also the students can also relate their experiences for explaining that concept using their own personal stories, and that way the teaching, the learning becomes very enjoyable. It can start with this: I am very proud of the moment when I was sitting in the class and having all the concepts very clear to me. Why? Because I was focused totally. And how others can flourish, you should also encourage not just your own enlightenment, you should also help explain the concept to your class fellows. I was always the friend of all my class fellows because I was sitting on the front bench learning all the concepts like direct transfer. If anybody comes between me and the teacher, I can't get anything. So I get always in the line of sight with the teacher, and I get the straight concept downloaded into my mind, and then I explain it to my class fellows. So I feel elated when I can explain the concepts to my class fellows. This way, my own learning is strengthened. The teacher must also foster optimism and hope. Sometimes students can't recall a particular concept. So the teacher can say, I know you can do it. I know you have done it before, and I know we'll wait. The whole class is going to wait for a few moments until you are able to recall. So, this is the way to encourage hope and optimism. You have to give positive strokes to each learner in the classroom, and also the positive reflection about the ideas being discussed. How any concept can be related to his or own his or her own life. And also, there are two sides to every coin. The glass is half empty as well as half full, depending on which side you are looking. So always try to see the brighter side of things, and this way you are going to get joyful environment in the class. Always encourage others to come up with their own solutions. These days, with the advent of internet, people have stopped thinking on their own. Sorry to say that, but that is the hard fact. So we must encourage people to understand, to give time for concept to get into the mind. So that's why I'm asking everybody to create a joyful environment. When the environment is joyful, then all the stresses are gone. All the garbage, all the anxieties are gone from the mind. And the mind becomes like a clean slate on which the teacher can write anything. So that's why I encourage everybody to encourage their students, encourage the class fellows to think critically and download the concepts and then explain it to others. So it's not just one way. It is when we do this, download, upload several times, then the learning is permanently embedded into the mind. And teacher can also give lot of challenges, related to the concept being studied, like quizzes, like games, like activities, and that fosters a spirit of competition. We can have two teams in the class, we can have several teams in the class. Actually, with the Zoom, we actually create so many small classrooms, and this is the way to have the challenges being done. When we are forcing people to challenge, because I've seen that when I have no sub teams, if it is just teacher versus the students, then the learning is hampered. But when we open small classrooms, small groups, then students have to take the leadership roles. Somebody has to become the minute taker, somebody has to take the leadership role, somebody has to take other roles. So this is the way we encourage participation by all the children, all the students in the class. And this is the way the learning is permanently captured. And you have to make allies. You have to ally with people. If you have understood the concept, ally with the person who has not understood. If you have not understood the concept, ally with somebody who has. As simple as that. Proud moments. We have to always think about the moments when we felt proud in the class. Make a diary. What are the dates? What are the subjects in which I was made special by the teacher? Made to feel special by the class teacher. Made to feel special by the class fellows. So those moments become permanently etched into your memory, and you are therefore able to not only recall those happy moments in the class, you are able to also recall the concepts which were being discussed that day. So this becomes like memory technique as well. And we must also focus on the achievements done by the students, by the different team leaders in the class. And by highlighting the achievements, what we are doing is we are encouraging everybody to come up to the level. If I'm at level 5 and somebody has level 7, automatically there is a sense of competition. Yes, I can also achieve. This guy can achieve, why not me? If you are at 7, try for 10. So, okay, activities and games is something I love doing in my classes, and every teacher must do. You have to focus with 100% attention, because when we are 100% attentive, then you get the real gist of the concept being taught, and you get joy in that. When you feel, oh, this is the way the trigonometry is operating, this is the way mechanics is operating, this is the way management principles are being discussed in the class, so you get a sense of elatedness. You get, and that you will get only when you are 100% attentive. You don't have to use your mobile phones while you are in the class. This is a no. And this way the students will be in flow. What do you mean by being in flow? When you forget about the sense of timing, when you are starting to enjoy what is being discussed in the class, and the time flies, that means you are in flow. And this is the whole reason for us to be in the class, because we want to create that environment where people are enjoying. And when people are enjoying the concepts being discussed, they are in flow. And this is the way children are going to retain forever these concepts which are being discussed by the teacher. You can actually give several tasks. You can create teams and give exercises for the students to come up and get the things organized by the next class whenever it is happening. So give at least a week's time. When you give a week's time, children are able to discuss amongst themselves. They assign the tasks to each and every member of the team, and then assign a project leader who will be presenting the concept back in the class. So this is the best way, and this is already done in management schools, in MBA programs. So everybody should also do these kind of collaborations. And this is the way the concepts become meaningful. They take the real meaning. When we discuss the case studies, you give them time to actually interview some people in the industry, some people in the social sector, some people in the scientific sector. So depending on the concept being discussed, they should go out in the field and find the meaning behind the concepts being taught. Then it becomes very enjoyable. So the clarity of purpose becomes very important. Why are we discussing? Why are we assigning these projects to the children? Why are we doing it? So if you don't explain that, children will be lost. So the teacher has to give clear direction about the purpose, and then students can make choices. Which role I want to play in the team? Which subject is more important? Which concept is more important? Which one I will be using for my thesis at the end of the year? So these are the tips which not only help in every class, they become like an integrated set of learning projects. So one has to take an initiative, whether you are a teacher or whether you are a student. Both can take initiative about the joyful environment. So I would be waiting for your comments in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? If you are a teacher, please let me know what actions you are going to take as a result of what we are discussing here about the joyful classrooms. And if you are a student, how you can create joyful environment, because it is not just the teacher's responsibility. Both teachers as well as the students have to play a role and bring the creativity and innovation in the teaching environment. So what is the difference between creativity and innovation? Creativity is conceiving the idea and innovation is implementing the ideas. Okay, so both teachers and students can do the creativity as well as innovation in the classroom to make the classroom joyful. We can actually increase the efficiency of the class if we create the joyful environment. Why? Because you don't have to explain the same concepts many times. The first time itself, the concept become very clear to the students because we are having a joyful environment in the class, happy environment, enjoyment. So it's students don't will not absent themselves from any class, because they will be looking forward to this kind of class. And the best thing is that we can track the progress, what we were doing before implementation of joyful classrooms and what has been the progress, how efficient we have become, how happy we have become, how the concepts have been more clearer now. We should track. And this is the proof is in the pudding, right? So we have to then share it with the world, and that's also important. If we are able to make joyful classrooms, we must share the experiment with the world. You can share this recording itself to start with, and then you can also contact me and I can guide you further. I'm going to give you, so you can take photographs of the projects being discussed in the class and share it in your social media, and give yourself pat on the shoulder and focus that this is going to be the best learning environment. Immerse yourself totally into the learning, and that's what time allows us for this session. But do you want to be joyful every day? So please type Coach CK Arora on Google and connect with me. And these are my links. Link tr.ee/happiness coach CK, and another link is laughlines.org/links. So you will get all my links there. And as I said, I'm the author of Laugh Lines, Instant Recipe for Happiness, and I'm also the founder of Happiness Institute. And this is the link for my website, hi.ckrora.com. And you can also use these two links, which are Facebook links. The first one is ckrora.com, hi, which is the Happiness Institute link, which is just a Facebook group. And the second one is ckrora.com/hh, which is